After leaving Franciscan's, I remember a distinct thought that I didn't feel like I wanted to take my own life ever again. There wasn't another day in my life that I wanted to die. And that, in 9 days, was the most remarkable thing that I can say, because I thought about it every single day for 3 months.
Unit 1, the inpatient mental health program, is essentially the ICU of psychiatric care. We take care of the absolute widest range of children. And so every culture, every background, every socioeconomic status, what they have in common is they are very close to some very immediate psychiatric crisis. For many kids, that has been a suicide attempt.
Owen had been in the ER for quite a long time. You wait hours and hours in the ER for placement. And finally, it was presented to us that there was a bed available at Franciscan. Relieved, I guess, was the first emotion I felt. They were so sensitive to the family. The first thing they asked about was, how are you doing? What can we do to help you get support?
In my town, a lot of kids shut their doors or excluded me. And the difference between my home and Franciscan's is people actually enjoy me being around. I had a lot of friends there, and staff including. And I think friends is actually a big part of getting better.
There was a definite unity on Unit 1, where you could look to the person next to you and know, I know how you feel.
Our therapeutic program, the activities that kids go through, are really designed to chip away at that sense of isolation. And one of the things we know about preventing suicide is that building up a sense of belonging is one of the most powerful protective factors.
It's hard to relate in that my life is just so different. I am so lucky to be where I am right now. I'm so thankful. I teach group fitness classes. Taking care of your mental and physical health, I've learned, is just such a big part of that. They'd give me high fives when I take my meds. They would get excited with me about things rather than saying to somebody, like, you did this and you did that. Franciscan spoke with curiosity. So why do you feel this way? Why do you think you're here? Language is such a huge component of growing.
8 years ago, I was date raped in my childhood home, in my childhood house, by somebody I went to kindergarten with. I had known pretty much my whole life, and in the months to follow was alienated from my friends, my coaches, my teachers. Nobody but my parents and my family stood by me. And Franciscan was the first silver lining in this horrible event.
I couldn't be more thankful to Franciscan Children's for making sure that I got my daughter back.
She rapidly connected with people, rapidly clung to health. Over the years, I've had some contact of thanks, which is, one of the things I got to tell you that struck me is I don't think I had done that much. So. Sorry.
Everyone's affected by mental health, from 2-year-olds up to 97-year-olds. Doesn't matter your background, economic status. We see patients with everything.
Mental illness is something that needs to be talked about. It's okay to not know how to deal with it, and it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to have to stay in a hospital for help. It doesn't make you different. I think it makes you strong.
As each year goes on, the purpose that I had here kind of enhances. I'm doing medical simulation. This is my first step to becoming a nurse, and I'm really considering psych nursing. I want to be somewhere where I can give them comfort.
Through them and the support they gave us, we were able to see a whole different Owen than the little boy that had been struggling for so long.
Today, I am a cardiac nurse. I plan on spending my whole life providing care for people the way people provided care for me.
Mental health in general is completely underfunded, but but especially at this level of care, having the physical resources is so important to keep kids safe at their most vulnerable.
There's an enormous unmet need for good quality mental health care. Our hopes that in a new building, we'll be able to increase the access for some of the most expert levels of psychiatric care and grow our inpatient mental health program.
Each year, more than 12,000 children and adolescents come to Franciscan Children's for treatment, and many of those children are transformed by the time they leave our care. Whether they are facing emotional trauma, relearning how to walk, or have complex special educational needs, each child is treated with compassion and positivity, so every kid can.